All right, so we talked about the title being Wild Pets, and we talked about how this lion is in a kind of like a doghouse, looks like he's in the backyard. So do you think that it'd be any fun to have a wild animal as a pet, like a zoo animal? Have you ever been to the zoo?
No.
You've never been to the zoo? Oh my goodness, do you know what kind of animals are at the zoo?
Lion.
Lions. What other kind of animals? Remember the stories you've read?
Monkey.
Yep, monkeys are there. Do people normally have lions and monkeys as pets in their house? No, normally not. What kind of pets do we normally see in the house?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Cats.
Cats. Anything else you can think of?
Poop.
What is it?
Poop.
They poop? The animals? Yeah, yes, the animals do. Do you think these animals would do that? If we had them inside the house? Yeah. But, so do you think it'd be a good idea to have that lion inside of your house? But do you think it'd be cool to have maybe a lion in your backyard? You'd be like the coolest kid on the block if you had a wild animal in the backyard. But do you think it'd be safe? Maybe not. Is that lion trained? No. That lion is wild, isn't it? So it probably would not know how to behave around people, would it? It'd be kind of crazy. But it might be fun to have a wild animal as a pet, right? So this story is called Wild Pets, and this is a 5th grade story. So we're going to do it as a read aloud, like we normally do for core books. We're going to let it read it to us, okay? So before we begin, I want to go through and let's find some words that we may not know, okay? So before we read, we're going to listen to the audio.
Hi, this is Claudia, a Scholastic Art Director. Every day I come home to one of the greatest joys in my life, my little dog Lucky. She is 7 pounds of cuteness and only wild at heart. Some people have pets that are much more exotic than Lucky, like tigers or chimps. Other people think that wild animals have no place in the home. What do you think? Read both sides of the debate in this article and decide for yourself. Then share your opinion with a classmate.
So you already told me your opinion. You think it'd be okay to have a wild animal as a pet, as long as it's outside, right? Instead of inside? Yeah. So some people in this story, Jordan, are going to think that it's okay to have wild animals as pets, and then some people are going to think that it's not okay. Okay. So we'll have to see if your opinion changes or it stays the same.
I don't know how you're going to feed a wild pet.
I don't know how we feed it either. We have to find out. That's a good question. Let's see what they're going to tell us about wild pets here.
In the wild, animals can sprint across wide open spaces, play with their brothers and sisters, find their meals, and swing from treetops. Some people keep wild animals as pets. They enjoy caring for an exotic creature.
Ah! Look at that monkey.
People argue that this is dangerous for both humans and the animals. But wild pet owners say it's only dangerous if you're not careful. Should wild pets be banned?
Do you think wild pets should be banned? Banned? What do you think that means, to be banned? Wild pets. You have an idea? Be banned from the home. Think that means bring them into the home or push them out of the home?
Push them out.
Yeah, push them out. So the biggest question here, Jordan, that we're going to even think about, not just this week, but for the rest of the time that you and I are together, we're going to be thinking about your opinion about wild animals as household pets. So the big question for us, every single time we meet, is do you think animals should be allowed to be household pets? And you've already told me yes, but you said that kind of should be some rules. Maybe the pet has to stay outside. That monkey when that lady was brushing her teeth, that monkey was inside, wasn't it? And a lot of times monkeys have to wear diapers if they stay inside because they're not house trained and they might use the bathroom in the house, right? Yeah. So let's see. There's some words that we may not know on some of these pages, and I want to go
Is
through
that
them.
tiger meant to be white?
Yeah, that tiger is actually meant to be white. There are some tigers that are white instead of the regular orange and black striped tigers?
Well, it looks kind of weird.
I know. And look at the eyes. The eyes are what color?
Blue?
Yeah, the eyes are blue. So that's a different kind of tiger. And this kid, I don't know because I haven't read the story, but I'm making a prediction that this kid probably owns this tiger as a pet. And he's hanging out with the tiger in his backyard. That's kind of scary, isn't it? That would scare me. So here's a word right here, tragedies. And you may know these words, you may not. Just like when we normally do in class, we go through some of the vocabulary words and we make guesses and then we read, we decide if we're right or wrong. Do you have an idea of what that word might be, tragedies? Or what a tragedy is? No? The sentence reads, recent tragedies involving wild pets have sparked a debate about whether owning them should be banned. Now here it says tragedies are a kind of event. Based on clues in the text, what kind of event do you think tragedies are? So, tragedies are usually, do you think they might be a good event or a bad event? If they've sparked debates, people disagreeing about whether animals should be household pets or not, do you think a tragedy is something good or something bad?
Bad.
Something bad? Okay, let's find out. The text explains that wild pets have been involved in recent tragedies. Tragedies are sad and shocking events that cause great suffering, like when a wild pet harms its owner. So tragedies are when something bad happens. It's a bad event, okay? What about this word, domesticated? Do you have any idea what that is? That's another big word, isn't it? Domesticated. And the sentence says, the term exotic is used to describe animals that haven't been domesticated. We talked about how dogs and cats are trained in the house. They know how to behave. Do you think dogs and cats are domesticated? Yes or no? Yeah? You think so? You're right. Domesticated means trained for the home. They have home training. Domestic comes from the Latin word for house, or the home, like we were just saying. So it means it has something to do with the home. And if an animal is domesticated, that means that it has been trained to live inside of a house, to be a pet, right? Do you think most zoo animals are domesticated and trained to live in a house? Zoo animals? You think that people train them so they can live in our houses? They usually don't live in our houses, though. You think they could be trained, right? But are they normally trained?